Alrighty, Cough Country citizens, tonight we've got to talk about something that went down in Washington that most people missed completely. While the whole country was arguing about shutdowns and paychecks, TSA lines, SNAP benefits, and generally who was going to be blamed, Congress pulled one of the slickest moves ever that we've ever seen. Because buried inside this very same bill used to reopen the government was a surprise federal ban that could wipe out an entire industry. I'm talking hemp. I'm talking seltzers, gummies, Delta 8, Delta 10, all that. Nobody talked about it, nobody debated it, and there were no headlines. This was a quiet backroom insert that could put farmers, shop owners, small businesses out of business in under a year. So tonight we're going to do a deep dive because if you care about cannabis, hemp, or small business, or even transparency in your government, this one's going to hit you right in the chest. Let's get into it. So when the 43-day government shutdown finally came to an end, Congress pushed through a massive must-pass funding package. You've seen this before. Giant 1,000-page bills dropped at the last minute, written behind closed doors, and most lawmakers barely have time to skim the thing before they even vote. But inside this shutdown ending package, tucked deep in the agriculture section, was a brand new federal hemp rule that would effectively ban almost every hemp-derived THC product on the market. Drinks, gummies, Delta 8, Delta 10, HHC, all of that. No hearings, no debate, no amendment process. They slid it in like a side mission inside a 1,000-page shutdown bill, and the moment the president signed the government back open, boom, it became law. Now, let me show you exactly what they passed, what's inside this ban, and how they managed to get it through without anyone noticing. So, here's what Congress passed, and I'm breaking it down in plain English. First, they created a federal definition that caps any hemp product for human consumption at about 0.4 milligrams of total THC per container. Not per serving, per container. That means your 5 milligram hemp seltzer, illegal. Your 10 to 25 milligram sleep gummy, illegal. Next, they outright banned synthetic and converted cannabinoids like Delta 8, Delta 10, and HHC. And the wording is messy enough that even some CBD products could even get caught in the crossfire. In real life terms, if you can find it in a hemp shop or a gas station today, it probably becomes illegal next year. So this is where the whole thing gets shady. The hemp ban never moved as its own bill. There were no hearings, no public debates, no lawmakers grilling experts. Instead, the language was quietly slipped into the agricultural section of the government funding package, the same bill used to reopen the federal government after a 43-day shutdown. By the time the text dropped, lawmakers had hours, not days, to comb through thousands of pages. It was take it or leave it. Senator Rand Paul tried to strip the hemp ban with an amendment, but Mitch McConnell moved to kill it, and the Senate voted 76 to 24 to bury Paul's amendment. Then the House got the ultimatum: vote yes and reopen the government, or vote no and keep it closed. The hemp ban survived the night. So who actually benefits from this? The big winners are the alcohol lobby and the large cannabis companies. Hemp beverages have been eating into alcohol sales, and this bill clears the competition. Anti-drug groups and parent organizations also get what they wanted: no more gas station gummies and Delta 8 vapes. But the losers? Small hemp brands, local retailers, farmers, breweries that added hemp drinks, distributors, states collecting hemp tax revenue, and millions of Americans who used low-dose hemp products for sleep, anxiety, or as an alcohol alternative. Analysts say this could eliminate 90 to 95% of the existing hemp market, all because 3 paragraphs hidden in a must-pass bill. So now that we know what's inside this thing and how they slipped it into a shutdown bill, the question becomes what happens next. The ban doesn't go into a full effect right away. There's roughly a 1-year runway, which sounds generous, but for an industry built on growing cycles, manufacturer timelines, compliance changes, and retail distribution, a year's nothing. During that time, a few things are guaranteed. Number one, lawsuits. You're going to see lawsuits from the hemp companies, farmers, trade groups, beverage makers, everybody who's about to lose their livelihood. This is billions of dollars in product category. Nobody is taking that lying down. Number two, state level chaos. Some states with legal hemp markets are already asking, do we follow federal hemp law? Do we protect our local businesses? Do we carve out our own rules? We would end up in a weird map of red states banning hemp immediately, blue states resisting it, and everybody else somewhere in the between. Number three, Congress might revisit this, but don't bank on it. There's already talk of adding clarifications, fixes, or even a separate THC beverage bill in the next farm bill. But remember, the same leadership who snuck the ban in to begin with are still in charge of the committees. Number four, the alcohol and cannabis lobbies are watching closely. This ban conveniently clears out their competition, especially low-dose hemp seltzers that have been eating into their beer, wine, and even dispensary edible sales. So don't expect them to fight to bring your gummies back. Bottom line, this isn't over, but the clock is ticking for anyone working in the hemp space. And let's be real for a second. This isn't just a hemp story. This is a story about how laws get made when nobody's paying attention. An entire industry, farmers, shop owners, manufacturers, brewers, distributors, veterans using low-dose alternatives, people who replaced alcohol with hemp drinks to stay healthy, all of them were impacted by a decision that never got a real debate. This was tucked into a must-pass bill signed at the end of a shutdown, and most Americans had no idea what they just lost. So here's my message. Pay attention, because when Congress learns it can sneak one ban past the public with zero pushback, they don't stop. They get bolder. So I'm Philly Phil, and this has been your deep dive on Cough Country TV. I'll see you guys next time.